BogeyBrothas.
All right, guys, BogeyBrothas are back. Today we have a special guest, a golfer's walk, our boy, Frederick.
Man, you clean and clear, man. Look
Fred is shining, man. He's shining. Hey, he has the clearest camera on the stream.
It's got some good lights.
Fred, we are going to be asking you about videos and video creators, channels on YouTube that you like.
Okay.
You ready for this?
All right, I'm ready.
So how do you want to do it? You want to do it top down or bottom up?
Well, I don't know. I have a couple of different channels that I like for a couple of different reasons. Everybody knows the big channels. Everybody knows Rick Shields or Peter Finch or GM Golf or those. But there's a lot of smaller channels that are I think are really good for maybe a couple of different reasons. You guys are going big time. There's no doubt about it. I've talked to a lot of people. Everybody said you gotta watch out. The BogeyBrothas, that's where it's at. These guys are really good. And so I think there's a number of different channels out there that are like that, or that I just really enjoy watching because they inspire me, or because I really like to inspire or help them.
So they're not going to be in any order.
No, I don't know if I'd do a countdown.
Okay.
I think, I like a lot of different things. I like nice, solid stuff. I like inspirational stuff. I like stuff that stirs the pot a little bit too. So I got a few of those in there. We'll hold off to the end for those.
All right. I hope you don't mind us chiming in while you tell us about your channels.
No, it's your channel.
All right. Who you want to start off with?
Well, I think I'm going to start off with a channel that's not from this country. It's a channel from across the pond in Great Britain.
Not really knowing anybody and trying to create content full time wasn't going to be easy.
I have told him that I think that he is the next Eric Anders Lang. I think he does a lot of videos very similar to that in his videography, a lot of meaning, a lot of emotion, a lot of times, a lot of passion, I feel. Not just like golf vlogs, going out, playing golf or something like that, or here's how to hit a driver, this is what I think of this ball or something like that. Doesn't really do that. And it's called Lloyd Golf, Lloyd I Golf. They recently changed the channel name, but he's evidently a bigger name on Instagram. Not like a really good golfer, not lessons. He's just kind of an average guy, to be honest, a bit quirky, but I think that's what makes him interesting. If everyone was boring like me, they would not have many subs like I don't have subs. But Lloyd is very interesting. And I got hooked on watching him a little while ago. He did a series about trying to get people into the game of golf. And so he put out that he would like to get someone and introduce them to the game. And there was this lady by the name of Fifi who answered it. And so she showed up and he tried to show her the game, not as a teacher per se. I mean, he tried to show her a little bit of things. And it was really interesting. Interesting enough, I think it actually turned into a love story because everybody other than the two of them said, something's going on here. So as it's turned out, they have gotten together. So now I think it's actually called The Adventures of Lloyd and Fifi. But of course, the link will be in the description. Definitely go check it out.
Why don't you ask them for the next video?
Well, I think you just did, bro.
I'm actually going to talk about a lot of YouTubers that are not actually from this country. I think the next one I'm going to go to is a guy by the name of, he goes by the Backyard Golfer. His name is Eric, and he's in Italy. Now he's in the part of Italy that's being hit the hardest, that was really shut down with hard clamps quite a while ago. He is fine, he and his family are fine, but he is a gentleman that's actually built a little, I'm going to say golf course, but he has a putting green and a sand trap in his backyard. And it's pretty interesting. He does a lot of stuff in the yard. And he did a little thing on how he built the green and how he maintains the green, but he also has a hitting net set up, and he goes out and does course vlogs. He's a really good guy, trying to put out content. He just loves making videos. I've talked to him and he's like, yeah, I don't know about, I just heard I was going to be monetized, but I don't know about that. I just want to make videos, I don't care if anybody's watching them. I just love doing it. And I think that's really admirable to kind of not be chasing the logarithm or views just because he loves being able to make them.
backyard golfer, when you said he does course vlogs, that means he's actually going outside of his backyard.
He does go outside of his backyard once in a while. Yes, he does. He goes to the range a lot, but actually he doesn't play as much. But he's always doing stuff in his backyard. Of course, now he's really kind of the envy of a lot of people, right? Because we'd all wish we had something like that in our backyard.
The only one playing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lucky guy. Tell us about your inspirational pick.
I have a couple of people that really inspire me. So I have a golf channel that's really inspired me, which I don't know if we want to get too much into. And then I've had someone that's really inspired me as a creator, which has got nothing to do with golf at all.
Okay.
So Andrew Jensen is someone that I've really admired because he's a guy who's playing, trying to make it, playing the mini tours, been trying to get his card, been grinding it out for a lot of years. And I see a lot of me in him.
What's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew.
Like, that's me trying to make it, right? And so, like, I'm really really been dying on the edge, like how he did a tournament or, what's he got coming up, like just really involved that way. And so things have evolved in his life. He's gotten married and he's still trying to do that, but he's really enjoying YouTube. And of course, everything is on hold now. So he's just working on grinding out videos. So he inspired me as a golfer of like, well, I can see how I could do videos because I see someone like me. I'm not a PGA professional like some of the bigger guys, and I'm not a trick shot artist like some of the other guys. I saw someone that, I could identify. That was good. But the guy that's really inspired me in my videos is a guy by the name of Nightscape. Now, Nightscape has about 1 million followers, and he's from London, England.
2018, the year that changed my life.
I found him because of rooftopping. Now, rooftopping is where these guys find their way in a building to the roof to walk along the edge, or they'll climb construction cranes and climb out the booms on them and stuff like that. And I originally got into it because I have a fear of heights. And in my business of doing commercial lighting, mostly in churches, doing theatrical lighting, I got to get up there with heights. And I really struggle with that. And so by watching these videos, they put head cams on them. So as they're going up these cranes, looking down, it's like, whoa, you really feel it. And so the way he does his videos are so creative that it's really inspired me. I did a video about my trip going down to see Joey D Golf, who is the fitness guy that does works with Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka and Justin Thomas and Ricky Fowler. All those guys go down there to Joey D Golf. So my whole trip down and the way it was shot with music and all that sort of thing was really kind of an homage to Nightscape. And I've always tried to be a bit more creative that way. My problem is I ain't got skills. I got no skills. Like when I started this, I had golfing skills. I had no camera skills. I didn't know nothing about aperture. I didn't know anything about sound. I certainly didn't know anything about editing. And so I watched a lot of his stuff and actually picked up on a lot of things that he does and try to work them in when I can to do that kind of a video. So, well, let's leave the most controversial, I think, at least across the pond, to the yes. But the next guy that I want to talk about is Top Bloke. Now, most people know him. His subscriptions have really definitely gone up. A lot of people are aware of him. And I admire him for a few things. I don't care for all of his videos, but I think that's kind of the way it is with most of these people who are, I'm going to call it a bit more comedic and kind of take people to the woodshed and that sort of thing. Sometimes I'm uncomfortable with it, whatever. But I think he made a name for himself going after Crossfield all the time. Right. But the talent that this guy has, his song parodies, when he sits down at his piano and does those, man, they're awesome. Really, really good.
Too late, and he has come to straighten up my spine. Glutes are aching all the time.
There certainly isn't anything like it on YouTube. I've not seen it, certainly not within the golf community, and I find it very amusing. I think he can be very funny in a lot of the stuff that he does. He does some course vlogs and he does some other things as well. So, I would certainly recommend people go check him out.
Wait a second. Top Bloke does course vlogs?
Well,
is this real?
it's so real that he literally put his friend in the hospital during one of his course vlogs this past year. I don't know if you heard. They were doing some crazy challenge, like whoever lost the hole or something had to do a shot, but a shot wasn't enough. So they were actually doing double shots, right? And this dude was losing bad. And so he was losing track of whether or not he did it or something. He got so drunk that he just fell over and the medics had to come out.
Wow.
Oh, it was painful. It was really, really painful.
Wow.
He's done a course vlog since then. But he was actually one of the first guys I saw with that 360 camera stick, but I haven't seen him do that. Well, obviously, I know the weather's been just trash over there in Europe for quite a while, and now, of course, they're locked down. So, but I don't think that's why anybody's tuning in, to be quite honest, because there's not much there to watch in the course vlogs. But he is a pretty funny guy.
Yeah, definitely.
So your next guy, I think he's born in the USA, isn't he?
I get that feeling that he is. Ben, the Weekend Hack, who did a spoof on Golf Logs UK by saying Golf Logs USA.
Right.
Liam's boys got all an uproar about it. So knowing Ben, he said, "Oh, really? Screw you. I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to stay that way." And that's kind of Ben's way. I really admire him because I think he is one of the most creative people in the Golf Channel space. He goes out to the golf course. I think it's with 3 or 4 cameras every time. I think he has a regular camera. I think he's got that 360 camera. I know he has a GoPro, and he's got his Maverick drone that he uses as well. I mean, he's really working hard and doing a lot of editing, plus being creative in his ideas. So, and he also likes to do a bit of commentary once in a while, which can be pretty funny, can be pretty crude. It's not just like Top Bloke. It's not for kids. But so I know that he loses a lot, but I've also personally talked to him, and he and I have made arrangements to be able to get together. He's actually a very nice gentleman, and I think people get the wrong impression on him, which is somewhat their fault and also some of Ben's fault for sure. But he is a good guy. Definitely check him out.
Yeah, we definitely follow Ben the Weekend Hack, aka Golf Vlogs USA, pretty religiously. I mean, the dude's awesome. We're always riding with Ben, even if he's controversy, man. He's funny. He's legit. He's a hard worker. One-man show, all those cameras. I mean, me and Bogey Smalls have our phone, we have our main camera, and we have the drone, and man, that's hard as it is.
And that's with 2 of us.
Respect what he's doing for sure.
I know he pisses off some of the golf mates over there, but in this game, you can't take yourself too seriously. Tell us about your channel.
My channel is, I started about a year and a half, or I guess maybe a little bit over a year and a half ago. I played Division III and then Division I college golf, got out, played the mini tours, and then my father died in '93 of a stroke suddenly. And there was nothing there. So I gave up golf to try and take care of the family. I'm 51, and it was about a year and a half or so, almost 2 years ago, I took up playing again because I wanted to try and give myself another shot at playing on the tour, or to be able to play some sort of tour event or at a high level, because I'd always been told for a long time that I had that talent. I just felt like I got cheated. I've always enjoyed teaching and talking, and for me, I've always loved teaching golf and trying to help people with that. And so for me, the channel has been about keeping myself accountable, having to do the work. If I'm going to be this guy trying to go this far, people are going to want to know what's up, and not me going out there chopping the golf ball around. So I've got to make sure that, keep on it. And so I started getting up at 5. My very first video was called Why Practice at 5:45. I'm out there practicing in the dark because it means a lot to me. So my channel is basically that journey and trying to show people what I'm doing to hopefully help them. And then I do a lot of stuff that I think inspires me, but I hope inspires other people because I love it. I everything about it, the game, what it means to me, and I just love the community.
Yeah, that's so dope.
BogeyBrothas.
I actually have a question for you. Golf is like somewhat of an escape for us. It's almost a different world, to the point where we're not thinking about anything else except for just being on that course, and it's kind of relaxing, right? So as a competitive golfer, do you have the same feeling, or is it stressful, or is it tense because you need to make par or birdie or whatever the case may be to win the match?
Yeah. For me, as long as I feel like I can compete, I'm fine. I may get beat, but if I have a game and I feel like I'm in the moment and I'm competing and I'm like, part of it, like that's what I live for. I love to be in the heat and in the competition.
Yeah.
So it's not an escape. I'm going to call it an escape from life, like where I can go there, I can just forget, I can just enjoy. That's not really what it is for me. I talked recently about you guys. I was recommending you guys to some people, and I said, the beauty of their channel is that they are not really good golfers. They're not like a pro who's trying to teach anything. They're just guys showing you that you can go out and just have fun, enjoy being together, enjoy being outside. And I think that is great. I think it's really great to help them grow the game, because the PGA Tour is not golf. Like, that's not the game of golf. That's not where people are playing. If people see that and think, well, I can't do that, and then they don't play, I think that's sad. I think that the more that they can see average players, and I think that's why someone like Liam over there, can really do well as a golfer, because people relate to him. And that's what it is with you guys. Like I sit there and I just cringe sometimes, like some stuff that's happening, and I just feel bad. But then you guys are just like, so what? Like, it's no big deal, right? Like, I couldn't do that, but I admire that. That's why I really admire what you do.
Appreciate the compliment. We're trying to be like you one day,
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully we can take our viewers on that ride with us.
Well, I hope that you are able to get better in your game. I just hope you don't get to be like me, where you lose just the pure pleasure of going out to enjoy it.
If you'll teach us how to get like you, we promise to continue to have fun. That's a deal.
I love to teach, and I would love the honor of working with you. That would be for sure.
All right, let's start with my putting.
Your putting's easy. I actually watch it a lot. I keep backing it up. I don't know if you ever watch your statistics, but I'm sure there's just if you watch the watch time, and when you're putting, that number goes up a lot, because I keep backing it up watching. The number one thing, I'll tell you one little tip. The number one thing with most people that they have problems with is that they move. So the most important thing is that you make that contact in the middle of the club where you're supposed to, because if you don't, then it doesn't come off the same. Therefore, you can't control speed. And if that face angle changes 1 or 2 degrees, then it changes the line. So many people, there was an old tip that we just sit there and practice your putting, but never look up, just look down. And that prevents you, because everybody tends to do this to a degree.
Don't teach him too much, Fred. I need as much advantage as I could get, because he's blowing the ball out the water right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I see him. He's actually getting back to hitting the wood now.
Oh, yeah.
I know you were hitting irons for a while.
Yeah, struggle's been real.
That guy hits the ball, got way too much power to not be hitting that driver.
Yep. Hey, well, why don't you go ahead and plug your channel for us?
The truth is, really, it's YouTube. Check it out. I hope you enjoy it. We certainly are a community. Try and chat with everyone that comes in. Certainly anything I can do to help anyone. Or if you have your own channel, stop by, let me know your channel. I'll be happy to check it out. I love to find new YouTube.
And the link will be below in the description. You want to take us out too, Put?
Hold on. Before I take us out, hey, Fred, do we have a fam name for you? A BogeyBrothas fam name?
No, I don't think so.
Ooh.
All right. We got to get on that.
All right. Well, down in the description, guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Everybody in the comments.
Comment.
What you think Golfers Walk, Fred, a.k.a. Fred, a.k.a.
Hey, I got it right now.
Uh-oh.
Fredro Parr.
Ooh. I don't know if a lot of people know who Fredro Starr is.
I don't think so.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Fredro Parr.
I have to look that one up.
You got to look it up. Fredro Parr.
All right. Okay.
Everybody, check out the link below for a golfer's walk if you want to see who the Bogey Brothers are picking as our favorite videos and favorite channels, and you will see us on his channel making our selection.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you guys like what you see, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the Golfers Walk, and hit that notification bell so every time we all post a video, you guys will get notified. We are the Bogey Brothers.
BogeyBrothas.